Welcome to Waste 360 Coffee Talks. I'm Stefanie Valentic, Editorial Director. Today we have with us Craig Kerkman, Market Segment Manager with Agility. How are you doing today?
Doing great, Stephanie. Thanks for asking. I'm just coming off the holiday weekend here, getting back into it here first thing Monday morning, and anxious to do a little CNG talk here over our coffee talk shop.
Great. So can you please first tell me a little bit about your role with Agility?
Well, I'm the refuse market manager for Agility. We've got several different markets we focus on in the heavy duty industry. That would be like number one, over the road trucks, two would be transit and bus, but three would be vocational and more specifically focused on refuse, which is our conversation here today. So I do my best to oversee all of the refuse product lines, and we've got some new products that I know we're going to talk about later, so anxious to share that with you.
So what does Agility do, and what products do they make?
Yeah, well, in short, we make compressed natural gas or CNG fuel systems, like I said, for the heavy duty market. The main one we're talking about today here obviously is refuse, but we also are vertically integrated. We make our own Type 4 carbon fiber CNG cylinders in the largest production facility in the world, which is over in Lincoln, Nebraska. And when we couple those two business units together, we've been able to put over 60,000 clean burning fuel systems on the market today, logging a countless number of miles. Agility's got about 20 plus years designing, developing, manufacturing these systems, and we've been able to outpace our competition by quite a large margin. But we're not just involved with CNG. Part of Agility's mission is clean air everywhere through sustainable transportation solutions. And so we play in other alternative fuels such as LNG or liquid natural gas, propane, hydrogen, and battery and fuel cell electric. So wherever the market takes us, we're ready to play in those various fields.
So what sets Agility apart from competitors? Why should a customer work with Agility?
I would have to say it's our engineering depth. It can be somewhat challenging or complicated to mount these high pressure systems to a refuse vehicle. So whether that goes on the front of the body, the roof, or the tailgate, we put all of our systems and designs, they're thoroughly vetted and tested well before we put them out to market. We also have a heavy emphasis on safety and quality. Our Salisbury, North Carolina facility is where we manufacture these systems. It is ISO certified, so the customers know they're getting a high quality product that is designed and purpose built specifically for that industry. Lastly, I would say it's our continuous improvement on aftermarket sales and support. Uptime is obviously paramount in this industry, and we want to make sure we can get those critical parts and components out to our customers in a timely fashion. So we've added a lot of new personnel in our customer care group, as well as some extended hours and some open order tracking features. So that way we know when a truck is down and we can track that all the way through to the parts delivery, make sure things don't slip through the cracks. We want our customers to have a good CNG experience and ultimately drive more CNG adoption in this industry.
You're talking about making sure the customer has these critical components in order to optimize their operations. Why did Agility introduce a new third generation roof mount CNG system?
Well, we've been making roof mount systems for close to 20 years now, and you can imagine they've been put into a countless number of different scenarios. So we know it's been put to the test in the rigors of refuse hauling. So with this new design, we wanted to, more ruggedize the design to protect it from physical damage, but all the while making it more simple to service, install, and support.
What are the new features of the system that make it, better than the last one that you introduced?
Yeah, well, first of all, you can use this roof mount system on any refuse vehicle, whether that be a rear loader, a side loader, or a front loader. We've got a roof mount option for you. And we've got some variety of capacity as well, from 60 DGE or diesel gallon equivalents all the way up to 92 DGE. But there's quite a few enhancements. So first, we redesigned the plumbing, went to a manifold style plumbing, and that eliminated a significant number of leak points out of that system. We also optimized the PRD coverage, or the pressure relief devices. So God forbid the driver does have some type of thermal event on the truck, we've got that best coverage possible to ensure safety on these vehicles. But most noticeably is probably the steel rub rail that runs along the top and over the sides of our roof mounts. That's there to help those overhead obstacles or impediments like a tree branch slide up and over the system without creating any unnecessary snags. The covers are fully chamfered or curved. We've got overlapping covers as well to reduce those open seams. And we went to button head screws as well. Again, all these little improvements to keep things sliding up and over and eliminate those unnecessary snags. But we also wanted to make it easier to install and service as well. So we've got tool-free access panels for service and inspection. Actually added some working pressure gauges as well. So that way when the techs are working, they can see, hey, is there some live pressure in these cylinders before they start turning any wrenches. And then on our previous roof mounts, to install the system, you actually had to open up the covers to lift and mount, but we went to a full external design now. So we've got external lift points, external mounting points, as well as a high pressure connection. And this has made the installation much smoother, much simpler, and actually about a quarter of the time compared to our older style roof mount systems. Lastly, it is available with our latest piece of technology, which is what we call BlueIQ.
I was just going to ask that as a follow-up. What is BlueIQ? How is it different from what other CNG company systems have to offer?
Yeah, so BlueIQ is our latest technology that we developed with Cummins. It's a digital in-dash smart gauge that makes the operation of the vehicle much more simpler. Easy to use, easy to operate, easy to diagnose, maintain, and repair. Older CNG trucks had just an analog gauge that was kind of hard to understand when you're getting low on fuel. So it created a lot of range anxiety, and that's been eliminated entirely with this BlueIQ gauge. It's real-time temperature and pressure compensated, but also spits out a distance to empty as well. So the driver knows exactly how much fuel is on board and does he have enough to finish his route. And it eliminates those out-of-route miles and unnecessary fuel top-offs that we saw in some previous CNG trucks. But it also makes diagnosing, maintaining, repairing the system much simpler. If there is a down truck or a check engine light, you can pull the truck in, plug into Cummins Insight, and that's gonna tell you right away, is this a CNG engine or a CNG system issue? And you have your own corresponding fault trees from there. And further on that, you can actually order agility parts through Cummins Quick Serve online. But some of the exclusivities compared to our competition is, since we developed this with Cummins and we communicate directly with the engine, we've got two features called Eco Mode and Low Fuel D-Rate. Eco Mode optimizes the fuel economy on the unit, while Low Fuel D-Rate comes into play if the driver does find themselves in a low fuel or low pressure situation. You can actually pull some power from the engine and extend the range of that fuel that is left on board, all the while eliminating engine malfunctions or pulling any fault codes that you might previously experience without BlueIQ. So we're really excited about it, and we're anxious for this to become the industry standard going into 2021.
You're talking about this product and this technology, how far it's come along. What are the benefits of switching to CNG for refuse fleets?
So what are some of the benefits of CNG? Well, it truly is the only compelling alternative fuel energy on the market available today with today's technology that can deliver real results at a reasonable price. Obviously, electric gets a lot of the attention and the conversation, but it's got its own issues it's got to resolve from the technology and the price and the grid. But if you care about emissions and you want to make an impact today, the best way to do that is with renewable natural gas and a near zero engine.
For those who might not know, what is renewable natural gas?
Okay. Well, natural gas in the traditional sense is a fossil fuel that comes out of the ground, but we can create renewable natural gas by capturing methane from various different sources, and that can be from landfills, food or organic waste collection sites, wastewater plants, or agricultural, such as dairy farms. And when methane is released directly into the atmosphere, it's very powerful. Greenhouse gas, it actually has about 20 times the impact of CO2. So it really just makes sense. Why not capture that gas, turn it into transportation fuel, pair it with a near zero gas engine, and fleets can actually achieve a net zero emissions or even a carbon sink if they pair it with the right renewable natural gas.
How can a fleet fuel CNG trucks?
Well, there is a nationwide network of public CNG stations, but more often than not, fleets are going to find it more economical to build their own fuel station on site that taps into the local natural gas pipeline, or called slow fill, where they can park the trucks and fuel them overnight. Or you can do fast fill, and you can work with any station provider out there. They'll work with you to determine what the best options are for your fleet and your daily operations. And if there's in some cases where there isn't a local pipeline to tap into, you can reach out to our mobile pipeline division that can actually truck that fuel in on site and fuel the trucks from there.
We're out of time for today, but do you have any final thoughts or anything else that you would like to tell our viewers?
I'm happy to do this over Microsoft Teams. I am looking forward to getting back in front of our customers face to face, but I guess we know this is the new normal that we're working with right now. But if anybody does have any questions regarding CNG, renewable natural gas, please feel free to contact Agility Fuel Solutions, and we'll be happy to address those questions from there.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time today, and thank you everybody for watching Waste 360 Coffee Talk with Agility.